Hello, Los Angeles Lakers fan. We're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates. First of all, subscribe to the channel and like the video. It's crucial for you to stay informed with the news daily. Without further ado, let's get to the news. The NBA rumor mill is spinning faster than ever, and the latest whispers have the Los Angeles Lakers making a move that could shake the entire league. The talk is that the Lakers have put together a massive offer for the Memphis Grizzlies, a deal so bold that it would include one of their own stars in exchange. Now, we all know how these things go. One minute, it's a casual what if, and the next it's trending everywhere, with fans either celebrating or losing their minds. But this time, the rumor is so specific, so daring, that it's hard to ignore. People are saying the Lakers are serious about bringing Ja Morant to Los Angeles, and the centerpiece of the trade would be Austin Reaves. Yes, you heard that right. Austin Reaves, the sharpshooter, the rising star, the guy who has become a fan favorite, could be part of a blockbuster package heading to Memphis. If true, it would be one of the most unexpected moves in recent NBA history, and it would signal that the Lakers are willing to gamble everything for a superstar. The conversation starts with the Lakers' current roster situation. They have been chasing championship contention, and while the team has talent, there are still questions about whether they have enough elite scoring and playmaking to dominate in the modern NBA. That's where Ja Morant comes into the picture. Morant is a generational talent, a player who can take over games with his athleticism, creativity, and sheer confidence. He brings an entirely different energy to the floor, one that changes the way opponents prepare and defend. If the Lakers were to add him, it would instantly elevate their ceiling. The Lakers would go from being a strong team to being a potential title favorite. But of course, the cost would be enormous. Morant is not a player you get for a mid-level package. You need to give up serious assets, and that is why the idea of including Austin Reaves has been floating around. Reaves has become an integral part of the Lakers' identity, and trading him would be a bold message from the front office. We are all in. Now, let's talk about why Memphis would even consider such a trade. The Grizzlies are a young and talented team, and Morant is the engine that drives everything. Trading him would seem insane on the surface, but the NBA is a business, and teams sometimes make moves that look crazy until you understand the bigger picture. Memphis might be looking at the future differently. Perhaps they believe they need a different direction, a fresh start, or more financial flexibility. Maybe they want to avoid the risk of injury or off-court drama, or maybe they feel the team has plateaued and needs a new identity. In that sense, receiving a package that includes a high-level player like Reaves, plus additional draft assets or other players, could be tempting. If the Lakers are truly offering a $1 million deal, as the rumor suggests, Memphis might see it as an opportunity to reset and build around new pieces while still getting something of value in return. And let's be honest, teams often use the word $1 million to mean a blockbuster that changes everything. The next question is what the Lakers would be willing to give up beyond Reaves. The rumors are vague, but the general consensus is that the Lakers would need to include multiple players, perhaps a young core, and even future draft picks to make the trade appealing. The Lakers have been known to protect their future assets, but this is where the franchise's ambition becomes clear. If the goal is to win now, they might be willing to sacrifice long-term stability for a chance at a title. That is the kind of gamble that defines legendary teams. It is also the kind of gamble that can backfire if the chemistry does not develop or if injuries strike. But when you talk about a player like Ja Morant, the risk seems worth it. His ability to change games and create scoring opportunities is rare. If the Lakers believe they can build a championship roster around him, then they might be willing to go all in. The question is whether the rest of the league would allow such a deal to happen without intervening, and whether the NBA office would approve a transaction that drastically shifts the balance of power. Meanwhile, fans are already reacting. Lakers supporters are divided between excitement and skepticism. Some believe this is the move that could finally bring another championship to Los Angeles, while others worry about the long-term consequences. The idea of losing Austin Reaves, who has become a symbol of the team's grit and resilience, is hard for many fans to accept. Reaves is not just a player. He represents a style and a culture that has resonated with the fan base. Trading him would be like changing the soul of the team. Yet, The allure of Ja Morant is undeniable. He is the kind of player who can carry a team through the playoffs, the kind who can make clutch plays when it matters most. For some fans, that is enough to justify any sacrifice. For others, the emotional cost is too high. It is the kind of debate that keeps social media buzzing and highlights the passionate nature of Lakers fandom. Finally, we have to consider the bigger picture, what this would mean for the NBA. A trade like this would not only reshape the Lakers and Grizzlies, but also affect every team in the league. Suddenly, the Western Conference would look completely different. Teams would need to adjust their strategies, and the championship race would become more unpredictable. It would also send a message to other stars that the Lakers are willing to do whatever it takes to win. That could attract other top players, or it could create a new set of expectations and pressures. Either way, the rumor has already ignited speculation and debate, and even if it never happens, it has served its purpose. It has reminded fans that anything can happen in the NBA, and that the offseason is often more dramatic than the regular season. So, keep your eyes open, because if this rumor has any truth to it, we could be witnessing the start of one of the most significant trades in recent memory. The second part of this rumor is where things get even more intriguing. If the Lakers truly are pushing for Ja Morant, it suggests a strategic shift in how the franchise views its future. For years, the Lakers have built around star power and experience, often relying on veterans to lead the way. But Morant represents a different kind of leadership, one that is based on fearlessness, speed, and a relentless drive to attack the basket. He is not just a scorer. He is a playmaker who elevates the entire team. The Lakers have always had the talent, but what they sometimes lack is that spark that changes the tempo of games. Morant could bring that spark in a way no other player currently on the roster can. That is why the rumor has fans imagining a new era in Los Angeles, one where the team plays with a more aggressive, high-energy style. If the Lakers are serious, it would mean they're willing to reinvent their identity for a chance at greatness. There is also the matter of team chemistry. Adding a superstar like Morant can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, he can create opportunities for everyone else. On the other hand, his presence could disrupt the existing dynamic. The Lakers would need to carefully balance their roster to ensure that Morant's talent is maximized without alienating other key players. This is where the inclusion of Austin Reaves in the trade becomes even more significant. Reaves is not just a player. He is a stabilizing force, someone who brings cohesion and trust. Losing him would mean losing a certain level of harmony that has been building over time. The Lakers would need to replace that with a new kind of synergy. That is not impossible, but it would require a clear plan and strong leadership. If the Lakers can manage that transition, they could create a team that is not only talented but also balanced, with Morant leading the charge and other players fitting into roles that support his style. Another angle to consider is the impact on the Grizzlies. If they were to trade Morant, it would mark the end of an era in Memphis. Morant has been the face of the franchise, and his presence has been central to the team's identity. Trading him would be a bold statement that the team is ready to move on. But it could also be a risky decision that fans might not accept. The Grizzlies have a loyal fan base, and losing a star like Morant could create tension and disappointment. Yet, if the return is strong enough, it could also offer hope for a new direction. Perhaps the team would be able to build a more balanced roster, one that is less dependent on a single superstar, that might lead to long-term stability and sustained success. The question is whether the Grizzlies believe that is the right path. If they do, then this rumor might be more than just talk. It could be the beginning of a major transformation for the franchise. Now, let's think about the financial side. The NBA is not just a sport. It is a business. Trades are often influenced by contracts, salary caps, and future financial flexibility. Morant's contract and value would play a major role in any potential deal. The Lakers would need to structure the trade in a way that complies with league rules while still offering enough value to Memphis. That is not an easy task, especially when dealing with a player of Morant's caliber. It would likely require creative negotiations, and it might involve additional players or picks to make the numbers work. This is where rumors can get messy, because the specifics are often unclear. But the fact that the rumor even exists suggests that the Lakers are exploring possibilities. They may be testing the waters, seeing how far they can push for a player like Morant. And if they are willing to include Reeves, it indicates they are not playing around. They are serious. Fans should also consider the psychological impact of such a trade. The Lakers are a team with a proud legacy, and the pressure to win is immense. Bringing in a player like Morant would increase expectations exponentially. Suddenly, every game would feel like a must-win, and the spotlight would be brighter than ever. That could motivate the team, but it could also create stress. Morant himself would be under intense scrutiny, especially in a market like Los Angeles. He would need to adapt to the media attention, the expectations, and the pressure of leading one of the most iconic franchises in sports. If he succeeds, it could be legendary. If he struggles, the criticism would be relentless. That is why the Lakers would need to ensure that the environment is right for him to thrive. They would need to provide support, structure, and a clear vision. Otherwise, the gamble could backfire. Lastly, we have to remember that this is still a rumor. The NBA is full of speculation, and not every rumor becomes reality. But the fact that this one is gaining traction means something. It means people are talking, people are imagining, and the idea of Ja Morant in a Lakers jersey has captured the imagination of fans worldwide. Whether or not the trade happens, the conversation is already shaping the narrative of the offseason. It is reminding everyone that the NBA is unpredictable and that even the most stable franchises can make bold moves. So, keep watching, keep debating, and keep dreaming. Because if this rumor has any truth to it, the Lakers could be on the verge of one of the most dramatic transformations in recent memory, and the entire league would feel the impact. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on, the potential ripple effect of this trade rumor extends far beyond just the Lakers and Grizzlies, because it would instantly shift the balance of power in the entire conference, forcing rival teams to rethink their strategies and rosters. Imagine the way opponents would prepare for the Lakers if Ja Morant were on the roster. Suddenly, the Lakers would not only have a dominant inside-out presence, but also a playmaker who can break defenses apart with speed, creativity, and fearless aggression. That kind of player changes the way teams scout, the way they guard, and the way they build their own lineups. Other franchises would be watching closely, because a move like this would signal that Los Angeles is not just looking for a short-term upgrade, but a long-term transformation. The rumor would also create a domino effect in free agency, as other stars might consider the Lakers a more attractive destination, while other teams might look to strengthen their own backcourts in response. It would be a bold statement of intent, one that would change the tone of the entire offseason and potentially redefine what it means to be a championship contender. At the same time, the Lakers would need to consider the delicate balance between star power and role players, because adding a superstar like Morant could also create a need for more complementary pieces to support him. The team would likely need to bring in additional shooters, defenders, and reliable veterans who can handle pressure in playoff situations. That means the front office would have to be strategic in how they build the supporting cast, ensuring that the roster is not only talented, but also balanced. The Lakers have a history of assembling big-name players, but the modern NBA rewards depth, spacing, and versatility. Morant would demand the ball, and the Lakers would need to create an environment where he can thrive without sacrificing the contributions of other key players. The chemistry would need to be carefully managed, and the coaching staff would need to adjust their system to maximize Morant's strengths. This is where the true challenge lies, not just acquiring the star, but building a team that can sustain success and handle the pressure of expectations. Ultimately, the most exciting part of this rumor is the uncertainty, because it reminds us that the NBA offseason is a time of endless possibilities and bold dreams. Fans love to speculate, and the idea of Ja Morant in purple and gold is the kind of fantasy that keeps conversations alive long after the final buzzer. Whether the trade ever becomes real or remains a whisper in the wind, it has already served its purpose by sparking debate, energizing the fan base, and reminding everyone that anything can happen when the stakes are high. The Lakers have always been a franchise that dares to dream big, and if they're truly considering a move like this, it would be in line with their legacy of chasing greatness. So, keep your ears open, your notifications on, and your imagination ready, because the rumor mill is still turning, and the next big surprise could be just around the corner. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.